What up, everybody? It's Los Cut It here with my homie Ruben Horchata, and you're in the cut with both of us, right? So, fun fact, where the camera at? Right there. We had 3 cameras. We ran into some problems, but we had to keep the show going. So I told my homie Ruben, I'm like, yo, just slide, man. G. Come slide over here, man. What's good, Ruben? How you feeling, B?
I'm feeling good, man. Man, last night was a vibe, bro. Man, craziness, man.
That's literally the perfect sound. That's how I feel about last night.
Yeah,
It was
bro,
awesome.
it was amazing, man. So definitely shout out to everybody that popped out. We already planned for the next one. Y'all stay tuned for that. But right now, man, we got a banger today, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, excited. For those of you guys that don't know, I mean, you want to introduce them?
Yeah. So none other than himself, brother. Straight out of the Dominican Republic, man. We got Platano Gucci in the cup, man.
What up, Platano Gucci? ¿Qué tú dices? ¿Qué lo que, papi?
Todo bien. Chilling, man.
What's good, brother? Hey, man, first of all, real talk. First of all, before we officially get started, thank you for flying out. Be the only person that flew into this comedy show from PA. You came out here. You witnessed it. What you think, man?
A vibe.
A vibe.
Definitely a vibe. It was crazy in here yesterday.
Yeah, man.
I was all over the place with it. I'm thinking like, damn, how about this? How about that? Bro, it was crazy all night.
It was funny. These guys are hilarious, bro.
All night.
Man,
Hit
nah,
us,
but for
hit
real,
us.
you're the man for even coming through. We had to get you on the podcast immediately. Like I mentioned earlier, we had 3 cameras set up. We had technical difficulties with one, which isn't going to be an issue moving forward, but we had to make it happen. So I decided to share the screen with my homie, and we're going to get started immediately, man. We got some topics that we got from some of the people on Instagram. So shout out to everybody that keeps sending out topics to give us something to talk about. But most importantly, man, if you guys don't know my homie Platano Gucci, man, he is the one responsible for that TikTok that went viral. I think we're at 6 million views. That means 6 million people saw your video, bro. Saw you put a hair unit on someone's head. Now, the fun fact and the fun part about this is that I've seen that years ago, right? And I should share the story how it all went down, right? Because a lot of people don't know. People are just, there's so many comments and questions and people are asking, and it's getting to the point where I kind of just stopped responding because a lot of people are getting really personal, man, and a lot of people are sharing their personal problems with their hair, and it's sad, man, and it really makes me feel some type of way, which is why we had to bring you back, and I'm like, yo, we got to learn this, and we got to get these people right. But for those of you guys that don't know, I'm sitting poolside when did we do that shoot? It was like about a month ago?
Nah.
Less?
2 weeks?
2, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks.
Okay, it was a few weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago. We did that shoot. How it happened, I didn't know Platano Gucci, never heard of him, nothing. And one fun fact about collaborations that I always try to say, how I go about moving with collaborations, is that it has to benefit both parties, man. You feel me? It has to benefit both parties. A lot of the times I get approached by people and they want to collaborate with me, and then I'm like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? And they were like, oh, well, I'm hoping you find a model. And I'm like, okay, so you want me to find a model? You want me to film it? You want me to shoot it? You want me to orchestrate everything, direct everything? What do I need you for? Yeah. Respectfully, you feel me?
Everything.
So I've been real big on collaborating with people, and certain people, like I'm real picky. But when I'm poolside, bro, and I get a phone call from A-Rod, A-Rod the barber, just get a phone call from A-Rod.
Shout out to my
Shout out A-Millie. A-Millie. So when I get a phone call, you pick that phone call up. A-Rod's my brother, and when he calls, it's always for something. Right? Something good. Not for something good. Let me rephrase that before. He's like, damn, Los, that's how you feel. He calls me and he's like, yo, listen, what's up, Los? What you doing? I'm like, shit, chilling, man. I'm poolside. He's like, hey, listen, man, you know who Platano Gucci is? And I swear to God, at first I was like, what is that, like a Dominican dish? Like, what is that, some food? No, I never had that. What's up? Nah, but he spoke highly of you, bro. He's like, yo, listen, he's in town.
Shout out to my nigga A-Millie.
Hey, Millie. He just kept it real. He's like, listen, he's coming in town. We're going to do some talking. He's dope. Check out his work. I'm going to have him hit you up. And I'm like, all right. So A-Rod sends me what you did. And that was the first time. I knew about units, but that was the first time I've ever seen a unit get braided. Now, mind you, 23 years in the game, 24 years now. And I saw something for the first time in the hair industry. Oh, I was blown away. So I was like,
thank you.
Yes. I don't know who this guy is. Yes, give me his number. Oh, yes. And before you know it, you hit me up, bro. That was only a few weeks ago, bro. We already done 2 collabs. got you on the podcast. You came to my comedy show. We're going to Dallas BarberCon. We're gonna put on a show over there. I'm telling you, man, this is how quick things can happen, man. Ruben, how do you feel about that?
Man, it was amazing, bro. I mean, just in general, me having braids, bro, seeing it done on a hair unit is crazy because putting in perspective, it's not just the hair unit, it's what goes into it. Because the way, my braid lady does, shout out Dirty Diana, she, she
Wait, your
took-
braid lady's called Dirty Diana?
Yeah. Dirty
Sucia.
Diana, she's dirty with it, bro. Come on, I'm clean, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the way she be doing it though, man, I don't know how you guys were able to do it without it pulling off because you got to pull, you know what I'm saying, and for braids of this. So I'm still giving. I don't know how y'all did it really.
There's a lot of questions that people are asking about it, which we're gonna get to. And one of the things about this podcast, I like to get to the bottom of things quick. A lot of information has to be received quick now. But before we get started with what the people have to say, why don't you let the people watching know how did all this come about on your end? I just explained what happened on my end. How did it come about your end? And how are you in my podcast today, B? I think other people would love to hear that, man.
I mean, how I start. The unit, I heard about it like 5. I mean, we always knew there's always been pieces. There's always been pieces. But you usually just see them like an older white man. But
Right.
now we live in a world that I got 19-year-old, I got 18-year-old customers. You know what I mean? That now are like 25, but they've been boss since they were 19. They've been boss since they were 17. But I got a nephew. He's my cousin's son, but I call him nephew. He was 4 years old and he caught alopecia.
Okay.
Obviously, when we go to school, we know about alopecia, how it
Right,
falls.
right.
So me just looking for what could work because I see my cousin, we at the gym, he's like, yo, we put this cream, we did this, his hair's not growing. You got a 4-year-old, he got an older brother, full set of hair, and then you got the other one, little one, all his hair just fell off, no eyebrows, no nothing. You're like, damn, you know what I mean? You see your cousin like, damn, kind of like crying like, damn, what can I do? I'm a barber, I got to figure something out.
Right.
Boom, something came up, man weave. I was like, what the hell is this? Boom.
How did you find it? Oh, how did it
I
find
was
you?
On Google.
On Google. Okay.
Google. I'm just Googling things. Boom. I think it was a dude named Samaj in Atlanta.
Shout out Samaj.
Yeah, shout out to Samaj. You know what I'm saying? I seen that he had the same thing, braids, wave, this, that. I'm like, what the hell is this? Boom. I hit up a dude named Wade. He got busy on me, so I hit another dude up that he was doing the class, and I'm like, yo, I drove to Delaware, I took the class.
Nice.
I'm like, all right, I seen it how it's done. It works, but how am I gonna get it to be better? Because I'm thinning too. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but I wear one. You know what I mean? So
what you got on right now? That's a man unit.
I mean, it's a mixture.
Put your head
'Cause
down. We gotta see
It's
the
a
camera.
mixture.
That's fake, ladies,
It's
but real at the
it's-
same time.
It's a mixture because my hair is long, but then I have where
The
it's
spots,
like that.
yeah.
I have it on.
Sick.
So I'm like, I'm gonna try this. I think I took the class maybe like on November, and I tried it from November, and I remember like 5 years ago on December 31st, I'm like, I already wore this. I know what it does. I'm know how to explain it to the customer.
Nice.
How it's gonna work.
Nice.
I did that. I sat 2 of my bald customers. I'm like, yo, let your hair grow. If not, I'm not cutting your hair ever again.
The ultimatum.
Boom. We let it. That day I did too. And from then it was just off. It was like everybody's like, At the same time, everybody that is getting it is like, oh, it's cool. But you got thug niggas they's like, bro, we not rocking with that.
Of course.
You always gonna have that.
Yeah.
But one thing turned into another. Then one movie actor called me. I'm like,
What?
Like, nah, that ain't. Then I got there. Then it was like this NBA player hit me, and I'm like, nah,
What?
nah.
Yeah,
right.
that's-
Boom.
Are you signing NDAs for these?
I'm not signing them, but
You
they
ain't trying to put 'em out there. Yeah,
they
yeah, of
became
course.
family. So to me, it's like I'm not like. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see some. You know what I mean? That they'll comment, they'll say something. If you get it, you get it. But I don't really like. I don't care. But it went from that to just a lot more stories coming. not only because you see him big, you're like, oh, there's this the greatest basketball player of all time, da 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 da. But he's not confident when you know what I mean when he's out there. So it like to me is he's a basketball player. I don't even really follow sports, so to me it's like okay, I cut a basketball player. To me it's more I'm on the personal level with them because I know how they feel when they look in the mirror now.
Yeah.
Right. That's
So
facts.
that just became more to me, and it's more attached to me more than just the money or the how I got. People be
the
like, "Yo,
relationship.
how you got here?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. It just I be there, I catch a vibe, it just continues. This person's put me here, this other person put me
Right.
here, like the A-Rod situation.
Right.
A-Rod was like, "Yo, come over here."
How'd you meet A-Rod?
A-Rod was I mean, who doesn't know A-Rod?
No. How did
But
you meet
He
A-Rod?
came. I would have never said this, right? But he said it even in another podcast where he was like, at CT 2 years ago, he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, I seen you before. I like your work. Keep up the good work. We're gonna do a collab." I'm like, all right. Mind you, it's still shocking because you're coming up to me. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but you go on a podcast and
And say
the
it.
next day say that. I'm like, bro, nobody was even asking you about that, but you mentioned me. I'm like, shit, like, damn, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, bro, it's just been like one thing to another. Keep posting videos, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, let me ask you this, because I'm curious. How did my name come up? Because I know A-Rod called me and mentioned you. Did he tell you about me too?
I mean, I always said everybody that be around me knows that you are one of my top 5.
My dude, cheers. Cheers.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Order. You know what I mean?
Agua.
Listen.
Okay. Top 5.
So a lot of people know, but it was mentioned, you know what I mean? And I was like, wait, Lowe's cut it? I was like, fuck yeah. Again, it was no brainer. It was Lowe's what? Yes. And then I got here and it's like, we're doing one, and then it was like, yo, no, we're doing 2. Well, cancel this next shoot. We'll do that one tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot 2
in one day.
in one day.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? How did we have another, you know what I mean, model to
Yeah.
it happened. It just happened to be at the right time.
That's facts. That's crazy too because I move the same way. I'm sure you do too, Ruben. Like it's vibes, man.
Yeah.
I could respect people and be cool with people and keep it professional. But when I click with you, it doesn't matter if you have 1 million followers, bro, or 10. If you're a good person, if I vibe with you, man, we'd be cool as hell. You know what I mean?
No, that's real, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, you feel that, bro. Like, you know, with that first handshake to the handshake you leave, bro, it's more like love. Like, bro,
Yeah,
like
that's what it is. That's
yeah.
what it is.
All right, well, let's get started, man. Let's see. What do we have? I'm going to let Ruben, because Ruben did that on the last podcast, and he did a good job. So,
yeah,
let's see what we get into.
This is all these from Instagram. So big shout out to everybody who participates in these, man. Because you give us content to talk about, so it's very, very well appreciated. And a lot of people are kind of you're asking the questions that people are probably scared to ask. So shout out to everybody that took the chance. And first one is Chris cut it out _04. This one's for Platano Gucci. He says, how long does a unit last on a scalp?
Ooh.
So this is how I usually tell the customer. Every customer is different because some people sweat more than others. Usually what I tell them is a unit usually lasts 3 to 6 months.
What?
Not on the actual.
Oh, the unit itself.
The unit itself.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I see people last 2 weeks with it and destroy it. I see people last a whole year with it. But the recommendations are 3 to 6 months with every 3 to 4 weeks maintenance, which the maintenance is come in,
Take it off.
we wash it, shave the top of your head again, refresh it, put it back on, style it, cut it, back out the door.
Nice.
Nice. No, that's good to know because even with real braids, I mean, it matters how much I take care of it, how much you.
Oh yeah,
you know,
if you don't sleep with a do-rag,
yeah, it's
it'll
gonna be
dingy.
baby
Yeah.
hairs everywhere, you know. So no, I'll be rocking sometimes some braids for a month. People are like, man, like I'm about to get these redone. They're like, what? Those look fresh. I'm like, that. But it's like all about how you
Maintain 'em.
prepare, maintaining
Yeah.
it. But yeah, man, that was a good question.
That's dope. So, 3 to 6 months. Do people have the option to remove it quicker if they choose to?
I mean, I got customers that, again, basketball players. You got They go to
Damn,
the
I'm so
gym.
curious.
I
No.
was-
Once we get off camera, you gotta let me know.
Man,
Twice.
LeBron?
LeBron needs to get a hold of you.
Yeah,
dog.
LeBron. Definitely. Respect
Yo,
LeBron.
Bron, hit
With
me
all due
up,
respect.
man.
Yo, Bron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Let me find out Drake out here.
Right? Oh, it's bro.
Man, unity. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Let me find out you. I see the chains working on Drake's hair. All right. We have anything else? Let's keep it moving.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And this one is definitely for all of us here, man. This is from Alan Uriarte. Shout out Alan Uriarte. It's feeling unmotivated. How do I get out of the bubble that I am in? Like, how can I move forward when feeling stuck? And that's how I feel. And what's next?
Ooh, I think that Gucci, I'll let you. You're our guest. You gotta answer these first. Give your opinion.
I mean, you just gotta get up, bro. There's always something to do. There's always
Facts.
something to see. There's always something to do.
Have you
Trust me.
ever been stuck or felt stuck?
I mean, you do at night, but when you wake up in the morning, it's go time because you
Facts.
can't stop.
Facts.
I mean, like, you can't stop. Like, if you stop, like, who's behind me? Usually when you're, I'm not gonna say that I'm like the leader of where I'm at, but if I stop, how they gonna, you know what I mean? So I can't. Like, for me, it's like,
You lead by example, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
it's like I'll get up and it's like I'll just go. Like, if you sit, then nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
Just gotta
Yeah.
go. That's all
Okay.
I'm trying to do.
How do you make it happen?
Oh, at the end of the day, bro, it really just comes down to you. The person that's gonna stop you from doing something's gonna be yourself.
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of times, bro, like you were saying, some people are, you know, they rely on you. They, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that in the back of your head. And some people are very scared to start over. They feel like the path that they're in has to be immediately the path that they're going to. And whatever foundation that they've built, they can't rebuild it. But you can. You can decide, you know what, I'm going to take a right instead of a left this time. Let me refocus and, and look at what's going on right now. What do I got to do better? You know, you got to be your biggest critique in that point.
Facts. I think, you ever guys have seen that meme where it's just like road to success? It's like one arrow going up, what people think, and then actually success is just like, and that's literally what it is, right?
Yeah.
So think about like being in a maze. You're gonna end up in, oh man, there's a lot of things that I've done that I ended up in a dead end. And I could have shut down, I could have quit, I could have just been discouraged and been like, screw that, screw this. But you alternate. You're like, all right, well, let me back up a little bit, let me make a right, let me go this way, let me figure this out, let me figure that out. Example, pandemic, right?
Yeah.
I'm a barber, you're a comedian.
Yeah. We're not essential. We ain't essential at all.
That's not essential, right?
But we are.
Of course. But
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean, right?
But in the eyes of the government, we were.
Yeah, so we shut down, we alternate. That was when I created my online academy. You know what I mean? That was when I started moving differently, you know? But it didn't feel new because as a barber, you know, like we grind for our next dollar. We don't get a guaranteed paycheck. It's not every Friday I get paid. Comedians, I'm assuming the same thing, right?
No, we did Zoom. We did Zoom, and that was awkward because some of the comedians had horrible Wi-Fi, bro, and so they would be like, ooh, and then we have to like fake laugh, like,
Oh, dude.
yeah, bro, it was interesting. It was interesting.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh
bro.
my God, bro! Please look up Zoom on YouTube. Zoom comedy show bloopers record.
Oh,
man. Never again.
Well, I think, all right, so to answer my man's question is, my man, who is it? What's his name?
Is
Just first name is cool. Was it Joel?
Alan.
Alan. Damn, I'm so awful names. Alan or Alan?
Yeah, Alan again.
Alan, you have to understand, man, we all go through these things. You know, I've gone through it, I'm sure.
Everybody.
Gucci, Platano.
Everybody.
So you just have to shift, man. Go back to the root. Think back to like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Is it because I work too much? Is it because I do the same thing, the same people every week? Or is it because I'm limited with my time, with my schedule? Go back to the root, figure out what's the issue, and then alternate from there. All right, well, what can you do different? Do you go up on prices? Sometimes a lot of people, I remember I used to get discouraged cutting hair because even though I would have 20 people on my list every day, and most people would be like, what, man, that's a good problem, bro. That's money. Yeah, but I also felt like a slave, though.
Yeah, that's real.
I also felt like I had to be there. I also felt like I had to cut hair, and that didn't make me happy. I don't ever want to have to cut hair. I always want to cut hair.
Mm-hmm.
So now with my schedule, I do about 5 people a day, sometimes 7.
Me too.
but I'm happy.
Yeah.
But you already see. Thank God, thank the Lord, thank all my blessings, all my hard work that I'm able to charge 200. I don't charge 200 for a haircut because I want to charge 200. I charge 200 because when I was charging 100, I noticed that a lot of random people would come see me. And when they would come see me, they would pick my brain, ask me questions, take photos, bring people with them, and just have this one-on-one personal time, get a fresh-ass haircut, and throw me $100. And I'll never see them again. And I was like, damn, I'm over here getting pimped out for 100.
Yeah. Real shit.
I'm like, shit. My man had a one-on-one, brought his family, took a photo with me, quizzed me. He picked my brain. I gave him instructions on how to go about his next 6 months. Like, I gave my man a plan, and he gave me $100.
And that was it.
Never seen him again. But it happened multiple times until I caught on. That was the last straw. Was my man that brought his whole family from New York. They all walked into my studio like this. Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, hola.
They're on Facebook Live too.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, hey, no, I'm in my own studio, not this one. I'm in my other studio, and I'm as a professional, of course. Hey, ¿cómo está? How's everybody? Yeah, good. Sit down. You want water? Cool. But in my back of my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm like 30 minutes late for my next appointment.
Yeah.
So I noticed that I'm like, yo, $100. I did it, but I was getting taken advantage of. 200 minimum. That doesn't mean everyone pays me 200. That means people pay 250, 300, 350. It varies, right? But 200 is my minimum, and all that stopped because now I realized that anything under $100, that 20, that 30, that 40, that 50, that $80 is a good barbershop price setting for clients that come in and out. When you get to that 100, especially if you're at a maybe I don't mean is it nice to say the status that I'm at, I guess, or in a place where I'm at, where people actually want to get to meet you and pick your brain.
Yeah.
$100 is that gray line you don't want to be in because people will take advantage of you for $100. So when I went up to 200, it canceled all that. But now the people that do come, they're cool. They're like, Los, I see you, but they don't care about. They got their own shit going on. These guys are bosses. These guys are doing their own empire, their own whatever it is they're doing. So I don't feel taken advantage of. They need their time respected as I need my time respected. So I found that balance. So that's why I charge 200 because it eliminates a lot of shit that I don't want to deal with, right? But with you, man, you do these hair units. And I remember one time I was cutting, we were here when we were doing our shoot, and I was asking questions because I didn't know. I'm like, what do you charge for this whole process, bro? I'm curious because I want to start doing it. And you started throwing numbers at me. And I'm not going to sit here and drop your prices because you might.
I mean,
no, I'm going to let you do that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you throw your own prices. I don't want to speak for you, but when I threw his price, when he told me his prices, I was like, I remember I said this like underneath my breath, but he heard it. I was like, damn, imagine doing like 7, 8 of those motherfuckers a day. Yeah. And then he looks at me, he's like, I do. And I was like, oh, I was like, what am I doing wrong? What are you doing wrong? So this guy, he flies to Panama, he go to Dominican, Chicago, New York, he's in Florida. This guy don't stop. So why don't you go ahead and tell us, man, what was something like that service cost for the hair units for those watching?
So regular units.
Describe regular. What would regular be?
Like, let's say some waves, some curls, a normal cut. Not nothing with color, just your standard wave or regular curly unit, or anything like that. 700 minimum.
Sheesh.
Minimum. That's not. Again, those are prices if you're coming to like where I work at MPA, or my studio in New York, or the designated days that I'm in DR, Panama, and Colombia. 700. Anything that has to do where I gotta go to your house, I gotta go to this place because it's just for you. The price is
the price is the price.
The price is the price, and it's flight, transportation, all of that. Cause again, like we was talking off camera, I could do 5 units in a day. That's easy. Like this week I could say, and I didn't work a lot, but I say I did at least like 16, 17 units.
Do the math, ladies and gentlemen. Sheesh.
So minimum at 700. And I'm just saying numbers that if you go to my Instagram and you go through my stories, when I get in my bag, I'll be like, number 1 from today, number 2, and number 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, it looks easy, but it's not.
Nah.
Because
It's a skill.
sometimes I go to New York and I leave my house at 4 a.m. and I don't come back till 4 a.m.
The next day.
the next day, and then I gotta be in the shop. You know what I mean? So I just was up whole 24 hours, gonna sleep 3 hours because I got the next unit at 7 a.m.
But you know what's crazy though? You love what you do, man.
Yeah.
You
I
get-
was just
You know
about to
what?
say
You
that.
know what
That's
it
crazy.
is? It's intimate to me because I have one on, so I know. You know what I mean? With the customer is looking in the mirror and they're like, damn, and they got a party to go to, or they want to go to the club and there's the no hat rule, and you're like, or you got the fibers on and it's raining like today out. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have that mirror and the fiber in your pocket. Go to the bathroom real quick because you're sweating and go like this in the mirror, like, yo, do I got something?
Yo, imagine
it's different.
Imagine that stress, bro.
Man, that paint on your forehead. Imagine you about to talk to a shorty and you just got.
Bro, I'd be insecure as hell with my mustache too thin. I'd be like, imagine like you got fibers wiping off.
Oh my God.
Or,
So,
like,
I mean, there's real stories, bro, of people that are really going through
oh
some
man.
crazy.
And
You know what I mean? I got stories every day, bro. You know what I mean? So it's
so let me know if I mentioned this already. I'm not sure. Maybe I overthought it. But since our video went so viral, bro, I think that was the most views I've ever gotten. 6 million views. It's still going. Like my TikTok is still going
I
up.
mean, I reposted like days later, and it's still going crazy.
Bro, it's still touching every aspect, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, it's still
But
going. Like,
the point to all this is like, I don't know how your inbox is looking, but man, my inbox, the messages that I get from people, oh, I did say, I mentioned earlier, they're just so sad.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer people saying, yo, I need that. Ooh, that's fresh. Yo, man, I'm getting like victims of car accidents, victims of burn,
bro, it
people
goes
that got
beyond.
alopecia.
It goes beyond.
Like,
beyond.
I have to stop reading these messages because it makes me feel some type of way. And this is why I'm like, yo, I need you to bring you back here. I want to figure this out because there's nothing more. So, okay, as a barber, you cut someone's hair. It feels good when they like your work. It feels good when you give them confidence.
Yeah.
When you make people laugh. It feels good. But this is next level shit, bro. You're changing victims' lives, bro.
Bro,
it's not just your average person.
every day.
You're changing, and you know, there's a lot of comments, negative comments, and catfish, and a shout out to all the ladies that are defending this because a lot of ladies are like, "Hey, I don't know why y'all tripping. We do worse. We do this. We get this." And yeah, every guy, if you're aware of it, every guy knows the things that a lot of women do. You know, the makeup, and it's cool.
I mean, you saying the makeup because you trying to keep it nice.
I'm trying to be my. Yo, I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get canceled. I'm just trying to speak in a very neutral way. I don't want to offend anything or anyone, right? You, on the other hand, my G, that's on you. You know, everyone for themselves. I always try to choose my words carefully because you know how I ain't got to tell you, it's the internet. But outside of that topic, like, man, if I feel good when I cut regular, I don't want to say regular people, but people that are just like good. I can imagine what you feel changing these lives, bro.
It's different, bro. It's
ain't
different
getting paid.
because it's like I get a lot of different stories. There's a lot of different scenarios of life. Like I look at life now, like, damn, like this guy went through this situation, but then this other one went through that. But then you might have a 17-year-old still in high school because if you're 30-something and you're going bald, at least you made it to 30-something.
Yeah.
But when you still at that age, but then put my nephew, he was 4 years old.
Yeah.
He seen his big brother with hair.
And he was questioning it.
Yeah, I mean, now it's thing, but now he's getting to the age, he's 10, 11, 12, he's somewhere around there at the age where now I'm going to introduce it to him and it's like, yo, look.
Yeah, let's do something with you.
And now, like, I started this because of you. You know what I mean? And now you're going to wear...
Yeah, you're gonna be straight.
I'm proud that... I'm not saying that I'm proud that that happened to you, but because of you, I looked for this, I found it, and I'm crushing it.
You turn the negative into a positive.
It's a blessing in disguise, bro.
blessing.
Blessing in disguise, definitely,
That
bro.
was so dope, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy that, you started all this based off your 4-year-old nephew that got what, alopecia?
Alopecia.
Man. And for those of you guys watching that don't know what alopecia is, it's just like, is it a disorder? It's been so long. It's pretty much, it causes you to lose your hair in various places. It's very, it spreads. So people might just get it. It's very common too. If you're one day losing hair in certain areas, just know that the best thing that I would recommend a lot of my clients is you go see a doctor and you get a cortisone shot, which is like a steroid shot to increase and stimulate the hair growth to come back. So if you guys do freak out, I do know a lot of people that have it in their beards and they have patches and all that. And most people don't know how to, most people just,
It's more like an immune system disorder, like for hair. It's nothing bad.
no, it's very common.
And it's
But
common.
the thing is, like, there's in my career, 24 years, I done asked people who got it like on their beards, and I'm like, man, you never got checked out? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, what you got on your, like, you got like alopecia, and they're like, I got what? I'm like, bro, you got alopecia. You know what alopecia is? Like, no. I'm like, bro, all these bald spots, and they're like, no, I've always had these. I'm like, yeah, I know, I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's alopecia. You can get your hair back if you go get it checked out. Like, what? And then I started breaking it down. And the relief on these people's faces, bro, like, what, for real? Where do I go? I'm like, bro, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you just gotta
but
Google.
You can Google it. But you could go to the doctor, they give you a cortisone shot, they do this, they do that, and it's very reversible. But I also know people that got it very severe, man, and they do wear wigs and they do that. And a lot of the times they say, I don't know how accurate this is, but it says caused by stress.
I mean, the stress, or it could be in your genes. I mean,
That too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, passed down from past generations.
I got a couple of people in my family that have it, even some of the girls. So like,
Man.
it's strong. It's there. You know what I mean?
Definitely
I
there.
mean, it's to the point where I think some insurances even pay for the units now.
No shit. No.
There's a system that you could go through, like if you was in the army, if you was thing that those insurances they cover a lot of things.
That's so dope.
Yeah, no.
Do you have another topic?
Yeah, bro. So
Dude, I feel like we could just go on about
No, we could
one
definitely talk
topic
about
forever.
this, bro.
So we always gotta keep, let's keep
Yeah.
it interesting.
So this one is from Far From Finished _ shout out to you, bro. Barbershop ownership and creating a team.
Barbershop ownership.
And creating a team.
You own a barbershop?
I mean, I bought the building. It's getting done, but I'm not there yet.
Okay. I've never owned a barbershop, but I've managed one.
Yeah, I manage.
I'm not sure what you're asking as far as barbershop owner, but we did cover that specific talk on the first podcast. We talked about like what it takes to be like to be a leader, to run a barbershop, to create a team. As far as creating a team, what's worked for me, and you know what's crazy? Like I got a nice team, you know. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to the team.
Ruben got his team of comedians. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Yeah, they killed it last night. So I'm gonna let you say your piece with that. But when it came to me, man, for years I looked for teams, man. But you know what? I've learned that you can't make no one do anything. So just because you got people that are your friends doesn't mean they have the same vision as you. Doesn't mean they have the same goal as you.
I'm learning that now.
Yeah. So yeah, you see that, right? So I would work at shops. So I would work at a shop, and these guys are all my boys. They weren't on the same mission I was. So it was really hard to convince people to stick around, to stay late, to do this, to do that, or to put in work or effort into certain things, because they never saw what I wanted to see. They never understood. So to them, maybe, I don't know, maybe they felt like they were being taken advantage of, or maybe they felt like they were working for free. Because a lot of people are about the dollar, man. Oh, well, if I ain't getting paid, I ain't doing it. Yeah, but people forget about opportunity, man.
Yeah.
But before you
Longevity.
go farther than that, but now that they see where you at, don't they hit you up now?
To an extent. I think a lot of them are prideful, which is cool. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what I've learned, that when I finally gave up trying to make people do things and persuade people to like see my vision and all that, I just started doing it on myself. This is why I learned everything that I know. I mean, I bought all this podcast equipment when the pandemic hit, and I didn't know how to use any of this. But it came to light now that I got a team. Look at all the stuff that I own that's mine. It ain't rented, it's mine. And with that came the team organically. First started off with my homie Carlos, my videographer, directed by Los. One of the best videographers in the world, but not just one of the best videographers. The way he sees content shifting is the reason why a lot of my content hits, because he's the one that told me stop doing IGTVs too long, go shorter, go quicker, go this. And I would have just like, hell no, bro. Started off with him, good person. He brought me Ricky, photographer, monster, good person, assistant. Ricky brought me JC, right? JC, all of the above, barber as well, so he gets it, videographer. And then here comes Ruben, comedian. I mean, in front of a camera, he's a natural. My colorist, Taylor. I mean, dude, I got like 3 other people on the list. The point is, I didn't search for anybody. These people just saw they saw the bigger picture, and then I've learned to be like, dude, if people are gonna join you, most of them approach you and join you, and go off your energy, go off their energy, and that's how my team was created. So if I had to give a quick advice, is like stop trying to make people do things, and do it yourself. Prove the concept yourself, and the right people you're gonna attract the right people, and those right people are gonna come to you. But it doesn't mean that just because you do that for a week, and by the end of the week you're gonna have a team. Shit takes time. It takes times, years, and all that. Now for comedians or for your line of work, how does that work? How did you build your team?
I mean, branding in general, bro. When you go do with that, you know, because I'm a part of a record label, Star Power Company, and I'm the Star Power film side. And my boy Mario Kenny, he's great at music. He's great at business, entrepreneur, and he brought me on. He taught me a lot of things. You know, I was telling, you know, Platano Gucci. I was telling yesterday we were talking about our chains and stuff. When he saw my chain, it was nice. He was like, man, that's really nice. I was like, yeah, my boy Mario got it after we got our first 1 million views on our music videos because I was, you know, directing them, and so that was his gift to me.
Wow.
And so one of those things, bro. I'm good at vision. He's good at performing. So we put that together, and we got a milli out of it. You know what I'm saying? So. It's a long process, bro, because we tried to bring people on. We've tried numerous times, bro. We have team photo shoots that we can't ever use because
people are not there no more.
They're not there.
That's why I don't ever do team photos no more.
Bro, literally 6 months, bro. Gone. Dude, it happened twice, bro. Not once with Rick and once with somebody else.
Bro, back in the day, we used to do barbershop flyers with all the barbers. And that shit would last like a month because somebody would quit, somebody get fired. Bro, we had to redo it. We learned that.
No, and it's just crazy, bro, because there's some of these photos that are crispy, but they just got people that were just not around anymore.
That's when you were looking your best.
Yeah, bro.
But my man to your left is fired.
We can't, man. So, and you know, it's funny. As of recent, bro, he was like, you know what? I'm done, bro. Me and you. That's it. Me and you. And I'm good, bro. Me and him are a two-headed monster. We were able to do things that 20 people can't do together. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, bro, it's just exactly what you said, bro. You can't pay for loyalty. You can't force people to do what you want to do. You can't force people to see the longevity of things. You know, everybody right now, it's weird, bro. They want the here and now and not the later. You know, you got to see the long shot. You got to see the longevity of things because, okay, cool. You get your little 100 now, but that 100 could have been a lot more in a year or two. Yeah, you know, a lot, bro.
A lot.
Because,
a lot
bro,
more.
it's wild to me. And so even from film, from comedy to everything, bro. I mean, comedians as well. It's about, you know, hey, bro, look, I don't got your rate, but I got this amazing spot that we're gonna give you filming your set. You're gonna meet some powerful people, and you're gonna have just a great time overall, you know. And you're gonna have your own space to yourself. And it was for them, it was a green light. You know, I didn't get turned down by none of them because I knew them. They know what the opportunity was.
Oh, you're talking about your comedians?
Yeah, about these ones.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what's up, man.
And, you know, so they were like, okay, cool, let's do it, man. You know, let's do it. Let's ride with it. And then they came, bro, and they had a blast, bro. They afterwards, they're like, man. Epic. Dude, when's the next one? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, bro. And I started getting ads and stuff from their comedian friends because I already know what they're going to do. It's one of those things they're like, all right, I'm going to make sure I'm on his radar for the next one. But it don't work like that, man. I got to see you work. I got to make sure you get people's. And I gotta make sure you're trustworthy.
Oh man, yo, I was so scared. I mean, guys, listen, I'm Los Cut at the barber. All I've ever done is hair. I'm an artist by heart, all that, right, etc. But I threw my first comedy show. Like, what the? Like, you know what I mean? What? It's like you doing a barber battle. Yeah. Like, it's like, yo, maybe you're trying to doing a barber battle. Like, it just like, you know, it was just. It still blows my mind. Like last night, not only did we throw a comedy show, dude. It was probably one of the funniest sets I've ever been a part of. It was in my own space with my people, and everyone there had a good time, and it was funny as hell. Everyone was funny as hell. And, I mean, I'm still speechless, dude. But back to that is like, I'm glad your comedians loved it. I'm so happy. But at the time, the only person that I really saw was you. Mm-hmm. So I know you were funny, man. I was scared. I had 40 people in the audience, and I'm just sitting with them, and I'm like, as soon as he finished, I was like, oh God.
There was no popcorn.
I was like, God.
But I had that pretzel. I had the pretzels going. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Dude, I was nervous, bro.
Nah,
like,
but it was
I
hit.
was, bro, but the way you set that lineup up, like, for those of you guys that are watching that are just clueless, the comedy show was last night. We had 5 comedians, including Baby Horchata. The way he set up the lining, now as an educator and a presenter myself, I said this earlier, when we're on stage, we know who's strong at what. We know, like, for example, I'm on stage with Sophie, Stagel, Frank the Barber, Patty Cuts, I mean, Vic Blends, you name it, right? We know whose strong points are who, and we know how to, all right, these 3, these 4 go up because they balance each other out. The energy, the way they talk, and it's a science to it. It's not just, hey, pick your 3 favorite people to go up on stage, right? So understanding that, the way he set up the lineup,
It's important.
he's a host, so he's in between sets. He killed his set in the beginning, and then he brought up a strong.
He didn't kill it. He murdered it.
Alan.
So after
Alan, right?
he
Alan's
murdered
done.
it, I'm like, how can you go?
Oh, you talking about after Baby? Yeah, after Baby,
Like,
after you murdered it?
He started with that. So then I'm like, what goes after this? And then bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brought Alan, which you can see the experience. Right? And that's one thing, experience. Now you got young comedians, just like you have young educators, and then you have seasoned people that just know they've been doing it for a while. The balance and how you brought the diversity, the brothers, you got the Latino, you got the ladies, you know what I mean? Like, and the crowd was all the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Ladies, morenos, Mexicanos. I mean, like, we had
Diverse.
one white person, Big Will. Shout out to Big Will.
Big
They were
Will.
roasting the shit out of Big Will.
Nah,
But the
can't
point.
forget about the boots.
The boots. Oh,
We
dude,
will
the boots.
never forget about the
What
boots.
about the boots? What am I missing?
Jarrell Barnes kept going in onto homie's boots on the corner over there with your brother, you know.
What, with the flannel
Yeah,
shirt?
yeah,
Ah, for real. But my point was, it was a good time, man. And I could finally say there was not a lot of people out there that could say, yo, I threw my first comedy show and it was a success. So definitely looking forward to it. I do want to do like a Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving
Yeah.
special or something.
we definitely
We'll
gonna
get to
do
that later. Do we have any other topics?
Yes, we do. We have L_Beats21. She has a compliment before the question, so it's for you, Los.
Oh.
I met you at the Long Beach show. You inspired me to push forward with barbering, even though I'm a cosmetologist. What I want to know is how to put myself out there and not be afraid of setting standards.
What's her name?
L_Beats21, Elena.
Elena. Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Oh, no, yeah, Eleanor, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eleanor. I appreciate it. Long Beach, great show. I love Long Beach. What was the thing? How can I push forward?
How can I put myself out there and not be afraid of setting standards?
You just answered your own question. Just put yourself out there and don't be afraid to set standards.
Easy.
I know that you're just, by me just answering it like that, you're like, well, I need a deeper explanation. Go with what you truly believe in. You know what I mean? Like, when I used to do the hair designs back in the day, I want to say early 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, when I was doing hair designs, it was dying out. Like, it was big in the 90s. Not a lot of people did it in the early 2000s. It was really big on just like shorter haircuts. Nobody really got hairstyles or anything. It was just simple. But being an artist by heart, because I used to tattoo, I used to draw growing up. I did graffiti all through high school. So I had an artistic mind. By doing designs was the one thing that made cutting hair different for me. You get what I mean? Like, it wasn't just cutting someone's hair the way they wanted. Like, I would find a person and I'm like, I could do a design. Hell yeah. It would just, hell yeah, I could do whatever I want. And that was a way of expressing myself. Now, all that came organically. It came from the heart. It came with passion and all that. And I've stuck with it throughout the years, but I evolved it every year. I evolved it from doing it on clients, from doing it on people that I thought looked good on camera, from doing it to females that are models, from like to paying people now. So I've evolved it in every way, and I evolved my designs, and I made it in a way where my goal was to always do something, and people saw it, automatically knew whose work it was without having to see those cut it. And I wanted to create something. So a lot of the things was just sticking to my guns, sticking to my passion, regardless if anyone else liked it. I knew I liked it, and I knew I was different. The stuff that I'm doing now with hair color and short and women and all that, I consider it different. A lot of people might not see it, But with short hair models or guys, people are doing a lot of coloring. Like, that's cool. They're coloring on the head. They're doing fire flames. They're doing the way they melt colors together. It's awesome. Very skillful, very talented. But I'm the only one, in my opinion, that's actually carving out and coloring. No one's really carving anything. So I take it to the next level, as I always try to take everything to the next level. Just believe in yourself. That's your superpower. I tell people all the time, your superpower is you, my dude, or Lenore. No one's ever gonna be you. So be that. And when you do that and you do you and you're build that confidence to do it, the right people, you will attract the right people, you will attract the right followers. When you try to impersonate, when you try to mimic and copy other people that you probably look up to, that's why, like I said before, I'm like, if you're a rapper and you sound like Drake or you look like Drake and you're trying to go with that Drake vibe, why? There's already a Drake.
Yeah.
So no matter how high you get, you'll never be Drake.
Yeah, you'll never be
Find
Drake.
your own lane, find your own identity. If you look just like Drake, my dude, shave your head bald.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And you know what I mean?
And contact Platano
contact-
Gucci to get
yeah,
you a new
be
hairstyle.
different. Grow a beard out, a real beard, shave your beard. I don't know. My point is like your superpower is who you are and as an individual. And my homie Bones the Goat said that. He said that in one of my videos that we went to Jacksonville. I have a vlog on my YouTube. Jacksonville. I asked barbers. I was like, yo, what's an issue in the industry today, and what's your solution to it? So not only did they address a problem, they addressed a solution. So yeah, Lenore, I hope that answers your question. I really do hope. I wish there was a secret recipe that I could just be like, oh, dude, just press forward, back, down, jump, X, Y. And that's the goal, to be successful.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
No, it's your own path, man.
Yeah, do you.
And we got one more, y'all, to cap it off. This is from J_Fades01. He said, hey, Los, love the podcast. A topic I'd really appreciate you covering is the business communication class. Heard it in the last podcast, and I would really like to know more about it.
That ain't for me. That's for you, Ruben.
So, well, he said, hey, Los. But I definitely bring that up because it was important. I actually had the opportunity and the blessing before I dropped out of college. Shout out to my favorite professor of all time, Joseph Shanakis. He's a published author now, doing amazing things in his community. And he got me in communication class, period. It just came from business. It came from, speaking in different forms and just learning how to just talk to people. Because it's different forms, because he taught me big was nonverbal communications. It was huge. I landed gigs just because of my demeanor and not slouching and not.
I noticed you yesterday using the power of the pause extremely well.
Thank you.
Did you notice that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you were holding the pineapple and you were like, so, mind you, 40, 50 people are watching.
I peeped it.
And I know what he was doing because, mind you, as a presenter, I'm like studying, I'm reading between the lines. What you're doing, you're building that anticipation. People are in the audience like this. Is he bombing? Is he choking?
And then I'd be like,
Or what is he going to say?
And then boom again.
And then boom, he drops the line. I start dying laughing. So I seen that. So good stuff. That's why it's important to do those
yeah.
things.
No, and that's the thing, bro. That helped me too. You lost a lot of, we all get the shakes and the nervousness before the shows, but sometimes, because people statistically would prefer dying than public speaking.
Shit.
And this is real, bro. People have got quiz, they did studies on this. People hate public speaking, period. It's one of the most hated things, but I think it's one of the most important things. Not just for your business or whatever, just for self-confidence though, man. Because I've been able to talk to people, shake hands with people that are, millionaires, billionaires type of thing. And for someone to just come up to them and talk to them, it's one of those things that they don't really get the chance to do because they're nervous. Believe it or not, bro, I'm not gonna drop any names. There were people nervous talking to you yesterday.
There were people that were nervous talking to me?
Yeah, and they're like, hey, man, I said, how'd you get connected with Los? I'm like, bro, we homies now. We done some stuff together. And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, well, go say hi to him, bro. He's like, nah. he was like, bro, just go over there, man. He's cool, man. He was like, nah, next time. I was like, bro, why
Did he end up saying hi?
No.
Damn.
Actually, I think he did towards the end. There was a group of 3 walked up to you right before, said you good show, and walked out.
Barbers from Joliet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, okay.
yeah.
One of the cats.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
shocked.
hold on. I'm horrible with names, but the name was Junior, and what was the girl's name? I can't remember the girl's name, but I remember Junior's name.
Yeah, so it was one of them, but I ain't gonna say this.
Sorry, I'm over here name dropping.
Frosty came up to me.
No, oh, if-
real shy. It took him a little bit.
Yeah.
But then he finally was like, hey, I was like, yo, come
No,
here.
because bro, my boy Frosty. Shout out to my boy Frosty. He's a youngin, and I put him under my wing. I would take him to all of my events, take pictures, bro, meet people. That's how he's been able to network. And it was too funny. He was right next to me the whole time after. I was like, bro, get away from me. Go and take pictures of everybody. Everybody's here is cool, man. If you say, hey, you want to take picture, guys? They're gonna ask you, where can I find that? Where can I see that? And he started doing it here in Lil.
He did, yeah. He loosened up.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things, bro. I think I definitely recommend if you are in college or in school, get into your communication classes because they're gonna teach you just more than just getting in front of a class and tell a speech about your family history. It's all about your demeanor, how you come at people,
How you present yourself.
how you present yourself.
Yeah.
Because, bro, what do you see when someone approaches you? If they're slouched, if they're quiet, if
The
they're-
confidence. You feel that. Some people, when they hit you with that limp, they be like, hey, bro, nice to meet you. And I'm just like, hey, bro, like, get out of here.
Sucio.
No, but fun fact, for those of you guys, I don't know. I mean, I don't consider myself to, like, I don't think I'm a celebrity. Like, no, I mean, just because a few people that do hair know me, I could still go downtown, eat at a restaurant, and not get spotted. So that's where I'm okay with, right? Like, I don't feel like I walk
you mean
out.
you don't get
Let-
spotted?
well,
No, I was
okay,
gonna say.
it's an occasional spot, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm not leaving this. Let me finish. I'm not leaving this door and you got paparazzi on me, it's AKA celebrity status, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that, no,
So-
but spotted, yeah. I mean, I be eating, people be like, yo, I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Nah, but okay. So some advice, man, for those of you guys that and I think I'm speaking for 90% of anybody in the entertainment system in the world. Just treat us like normal people. It's that simple. As soon as you start to, we feel it. We feel your tension. If you're trying to like hold back, if you're just staring without trying to come up to us, I'm from Chicago, so
It's weird.
respectfully, if you staring at me and every time I look and I see you look away, from the Chicago mentality is like, yo, I gotta find out who
Yeah,
this
what's
person
good?
is.
Yeah, what's good?
Yeah, I send
Lying
people that
on
I'm
me?
with to go find out because I need to know why you're staring at me. I'm not thinking, oh, I think you recognized me from Instagram or you know what I mean. That's not so. I always have to check myself. But there's a lot of times where people just come up to me and treat me very normal, bro, just like a regular human being. They do compliment at times, but just by just starting a regular conversation, that makes me as an artist feel comfortable with you. Because if you don't make me feel comfortable, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it short. Hey, bro. All right, man. Hey, what's your name again? All right, Alex. Hey, Alex, bro. Pleasure meeting you, man. Have a good one. Good luck with everything. And I'm gonna walk away. Because I don't want to deal with that. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if you come up to me, just like when I first met you, I seen you on stage, you killed it. Didn't know you. After the show, we chopped it up real quick. We had plans on doing something here. I wasn't like, oh my God, bro. Like I wasn't like making you uncomfortable. I kept it real neutral, and I think that you reciprocated that same energy, and that's how I went about. So anybody out there, if you see your favorite artist, you see somebody you look up to, even if it's big time, like Bad Bunny, or you run into them, just some advice is just, bro, they're people too. They're people too. They get annoyed. They you gotta understand, Bad Bunny's not only in your city, man. He's in 30 other cities dealing with the same crap all the time. Sometimes it's nice to just be treated like a normal person. Outside of, oh shit, that's Bad Bunny. Oh my God. Just be like, man, hey, dude, good job. You killed it out there, man. Keep going and just walk away. But 9 out of 10 times that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You got girls jumping on stage,
Man, get their head in their head.
banging their head, trying to take pictures. I was like, I get it, but that's some advice.
Yeah. No.
Anything you want to share before we close it?
No, man, definitely. It's just, look, when everybody's wondering, because it's not just even about how you approach somebody. It's just who you are as a person, what you are. And so if you are on the edge where you know that you don't really know how to talk to people, definitely there's class communication, bro. Like I didn't finish college, but I was happy that I left criminal justice to do communication. Because criminal justice didn't teach me anything, honestly.
Wow.
There's things that I already didn't know about the law. But went to communication, I learned a plethora of things. And then not just talking to you and me, I learned international communication. Wow. People were teaching me what every ethnicity's or culture's preference on it. Like I learned about like Mexicans, how they prefer to talk about connecting with their customer or client before they even talk business. And I've learned that, and I've realized that was in our culture, people want to know who they're working with over what the actual deal is overall.
That is facts.
So, me learning that, I was able to know, okay, when I try to do business with Latinos, connect with them first before you talk any business. And it just 9 times out of 10 has worked.
Because he's like hitting you with the, okay, mijo.
Yeah, at
like,
that point.
That's it.
And so, so you learn that stuff. And then you learn in Europe, they talk business before any type of connection, and that's how you get with them. So it's one of those things, man. If you're at college, I don't know if high schools offer that. They offer speech classes, but they're not going to teach you that. Except go into communication classes or take them as your other joints that you're able to sign up for, because man, that helped me just talking to anybody in any form, being on stage. I was at the Laugh Factory one time, 400, 500 people. No issue, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we get a little jitters, and it's okay to get nervous. It's okay, it's normal.
You know what somebody told me that made me feel better? When you're nervous, it's just your passion coming out of you. And I was like you're just, it's your passion taking over. That's all it is. It's not you being scared or nothing.
No.
Dude, it shows how passionate you are towards it. I'm like, when they said that, I'm like, damn. And all of a sudden, I wasn't nervous anymore. I was like, yo, that is, kill it. And one thing that I'd say to people is like, yo, think about it like this, right? We're old school. We go see Jay-Z in concert. Oof, right? You're there, you go see Jay-Z, you hear his music, you know what he's doing, he's killing it. So you're going to see Jay-Z and you expect Jay-Z. You don't expect Jay-Z to come out and just be like, hey, what's up, guys? About the first track is gonna be, hell no, because then you're gonna be thrown off, right? Yeah. So I tell people, bro, if you're new to education, comedian, anything that's requiring you to be on a stage or in front of people, these people don't know you. So it's the same analogy as if you go to Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Let's go be in Vegas, we could be whoever we want. Yeah, but if you're on stage, you could be whoever you want too, because nobody knows you, they just know your work. So that helped me. Why be nervous? Why expose myself when I could just wear an identity? It was crazy. I think my alter ego, I swear to God, I think my alter ego takes over when I educate. Because sometimes, like, I'd be on stage, and I'm sure it probably happens to you, and I'd be like thinking to myself as I'm teaching a class or doing something, I'd be like, damn, Los, where the hell did you pick that from? Like, damn, you killing it. What? So, and I'd be literally like at myself, like, oh, see? Since when?
Like,
yeah, where'd you learn that from? Because it's just the passion taking over. It's all my knowledge that I've ever learned throughout the years, and people watching and learning. And if I'm at that right setting presenting shit, it just all comes to me like a file. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna talk about this, talk about that. And all that's a symphony that from the outside looking in, it looks fucking good. So that's what these artists do. They go perform and you're expecting a good show because it's that person. So if you ever get nervous, man, that's my advice. It's just people watching you don't truly know you. So why expose yourself? Put on a show for them and do it with pride, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's facts, man. And
do you ever feel that way? You impress yourself sometimes?
Obviously, bro. We're gonna be our own biggest critic at all times, bro. And there's sometimes, bro. I mean, obviously, when I first got that, hey, Laugh Factory wants to, get you. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, that's one of those things. And I just got booked for Laugh Factory again. So, announcement here soon with date. And so y'all can pop out. And maybe Platano Gucci can come out, vibe out there.
No.
Platano Gucci jumps on planes like cabs.
Do you own a plane, bro? At this point, bro, I think it's more efficient.
One day.
No, you will.
Tell me you got a pre-check at least.
Yo, I've been trying to get
what?
Yo,
you don't have it?
Bro,
I don't have it either. I'm slipping. I'm on it.
I've been trying to get this pre-check, but right now it's so backed up. It's crazy. Like,
is it?
Yeah, like I gotta go to like another state, whatever state they have available, so that you can make an appointment.
Bro, we should do that shit when we're in Dallas.
We could check.
I could set an appointment. We get there, we do it, we pre-checked out.
I need it.
Man, okay. So I would say because I have my producer for my films, man, is one of those days, bro, because we were gonna shoot a movie in Mexico next year.
Damn.
And he was talking about like, hey, bro, get this done ASAP. And luckily, since the American Express that was registered under him ended up getting me into other things, bro.
Wow.
Like their lucrative rooms
cafe,
and stuff like
yeah.
stuff like that.
They're lounges, not cafe. My bad, the lounges.
Yeah,
Right?
it sound more fancy, right? But you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I would assume that y'all that travel all the
bro.
time, especially where are you going? Where are you going next?
I'll be in Phoenix. I'll be in Tucson, Arizona this weekend, September 17th. I'll be in Dallas, Texas, September 25th for BarberCon. I'll be at the BTC Behind the Chair tour show October 3rd in Cleveland. I'll be in London October 8th to the 10th. I'll be in Dubai. October 29th to November 4th. And then November 6th, 7th, 8th will be here at headquarters, Chicago. Babyliss is hosting the first pop-up Chicago class. Shout out to Stay Gold.
man,
She's coming
that's-
through.
hey, that's
I'm
dope
excited.
though, man.
So that's my schedule. And on top of that, I gotta take clients in.
Yeah.
I gotta shoot podcasts. I gotta
Yep.
film. I gotta
Yep.
create content. I need personal
Crazy.
time, bro.
They-
Sometimes I don't know.
they think it easy. They think it's easy.
It's never easy. But hey, guys, this has been a hell of a show. Baby Ochata, thank you for sharing the screen with
Always
me.
fine.
We will definitely keep it separate from now on. And most importantly, thank you to the one and only, the unit master, Gucci, Platano Gucci. I'm the only one that calls you Gucci, Platano. Real quick, why Platano Gucci?
Platano was just because I'm Dominican and Gucci because I was wearing always Gucci's.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
Platano Gucci.
And why Lowe's cut it? Because Lowe's cut it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Why baby horchata? 'Cause,
Yeah, why Baby Ochata?
I love baby mamas and I love horchata. That's it.
All right, guys, tune in for the next one, man. This was episode 2 at Headquarters Chicago. You're in the cut with Los Cut It and Ruben. Baby Ochata. Let's go.